All right, we're going to continue our media availability with Alex Bowman, driver of the number 88 Hendrick Motorsports Nationwide Chevrolet. Alex, it seems like it was just yesterday we were doing your media day after you won a pole at Daytona. Since then, this week you celebrated your birthday. What do you, and you currently sit 13th in the points, what do you, Greg Ives, and the rest of the number 88 team need to do to be in victory lane following the Geico 500 Sunday?
Yeah, I think it's super speedway racing, so you just got to stay out of trouble. Hopefully keep the 88 Nationwide Chevy up front all day. We were really strong in Daytona, obviously. We sat on the pole, and we were fast all day and ran up front for a good part of the day. So I think we can be really strong. We just got to keep it up front, and like I said, stay out of trouble. It's easy to get caught up in somebody else's mess here, but we'll try to lead every lap and go from there.
All right, we'll open up the floor to questions for Alex. Raise your hand and we'll bring the mic to you. We'll start over here with Lee.
Is there anything that you picked up at Daytona? And I mean, clearly we know you're not a rookie, although that's been rumored. But was there anything you picked up in the Hendrick cars at Daytona that you can carry over here? Somebody that you, perhaps your dancing partner or whoever you picked to run with?
Well, heck, I wish I was a rookie. I'd be leading Rookie of the Year, so I'll take it. But no, I think I definitely learned quite a bit at Daytona. I hadn't speedway raced in quite a while at that point, and obviously the rules package changed, so I feel like everybody was really in a learning process throughout Speed Weeks and the 500, and obviously we didn't really race in the duel. We kind of hung out, so the 500 was a good learning day for us. Our car handled really well and had a lot of speed, which we felt would be a bigger compromise than maybe it was. So, yeah, I thought it was a really good day for us. I don't think there's anything in particular that I can really tell you that I learned or didn't learn, but kind of just learning how the cars react to different situations and stuff like that was good.
Alex, you are involved with All for Racing. That deadline is coming up April 30th. Talk a little bit about that promotion and what a lucky fan may win.
Yeah, so that's pretty cool. Pause in Racing. We're going to have one lucky fan win a trip to Richmond, and they're going to get to hang out with Dale and I before the race, as well as have their pet on the back of the 88 car for that race. So that's going to be really cool. We had Finn on the back of the car, my dog in Texas, which was a cool surprise to me from Nationwide. So it's going to be really cool for a lucky fan, and hopefully be really fun for them.
Additional questions for Alex?
You guys are really boring today. I mean, come on.
Let's go right here to Dustin Long, and then we'll go back to Kelly Crandall and Jerry Jordan.
Dustin Long, NBC Sports. Alex, at Daytona, it was new for everybody because of the no ride height rule. Everybody had essentially a week to get ready for that, and still there were issues with the big runs and getting the handling right, and we saw what happened in terms of accidents. Here, teams are going to have 2 sessions, and there's not probably going to be a whole lot of drafting. What kind of challenge is it for the drivers to get used to these apparently bigger runs than what most people were expecting at Daytona, and be able to adjust when you haven't been racing like this for the last 2.5 months?
I think it's going to be similar to Daytona. Talladega typically has a little more handling in the track than Daytona does, so hopefully that'll be a positive for some. But I think you'll see a very similar race to the 500. Probably a lot of accidents, and then people will get sick of wrecking and get single file up against the wall, and then it'll get crazy again at the end. I mean, that's kind of how the speedway races tend to work. Talladega is unique in that when they paved the tri-oval, somebody messed up, and there's a big old seam that's like crooked in the middle of the tri-oval and gets cars moving around. So that might be a action point for the race, but it's hard to say. But I really think it'll be a similar race to the 500.
How much are you interested in, at Daytona we saw get under the left quarter panel, and that turned guys pretty quickly. How much would you be concerned about that this week?
Yeah, it's still going to do the same thing. We're with the way these race cars are and the the rules and everything, it's kind of a box. You have what you have, really, and there's some things you can do to try to help your car with that, but not very many. So it's just going to be part of it, and everybody saw what happened at Daytona and knows how they need to protect that left rear quarter panel. So I think you'll see guys pretty aggressively blocking to protect that, protect having somebody on your left rear, and that's just going to cause more accidents too. So that's just super speedway racing, and you know, it's part of why it puts on such a great show for the fans.
All right, we'll go back to Kelly and then Jerry.
Kelly Crandall, Racer.com. Alex, Hendrick Motorsports is on the verge of its 250th Cup Series win. What kind of a milestone like that say about the organization? They've obviously been here a long time. You've worked with them now for a couple years. What does that say to you?
Yeah, it's awesome. You know, it's we need to get to that 250th sooner rather than later, but it's it just speaks volumes for Hendrick Motorsports and the powerhouse that it is and has been for so long. So you know, I think when we figure these new Camaros ZL1s out, we will get that 250th and surpass it and keep going. And it's just an honor to be part of such a great race team.
Jerry Jordan, Kicking the Tires.net and PRN. You've raced here 5 times, I believe, previously. You know how to get around. Obviously, you've had some bad luck, 3 accidents and 2 finishes, but they were all in the 30s. Do you think that it's the chaos here is a problem as far as finishing the race, or do you think you can maneuver your way, knowing what you know and running the simulators and things like that? Have you learned enough in being in good equipment for basically only the 2nd time to get to the front?
Yeah, I mean, I would say super speedway racing is really luck of the draw as far as finishing one or not finishing one. It's really easy to put yourself in all the right situations and not make any mistakes, and somebody just crash in front of you and you can't go anywhere. So it's really a lot of luck of the draw. Last time here, I think we were running top 5 somewhere and got spun out there towards the end. But you know, it's really a lot of luck of the draw. So just have to wait and see. I think having a faster race car and being in front of more of those accidents is definitely a positive, though. I mean, I think everybody's aggressive, but at the same time, you know, if we all single file out and run up against the wall for 490 miles and then race hard for the last 4 laps, nobody's going to be pumped up about that. So everybody wants to lead and run up front, and that's what race car drivers are here to do. We're not going to just ride around and get to the end of the race.
We'll come up right here, and then we'll go back to Christian Foley and wrap up with Gillette.
Chris Rankel, WIT in Birmingham. Your car and that number have a lot of history here. Do you feel kind of more support when people look at you and see the past, and does that add a little bit of pressure racing?
I wouldn't say it adds any pressure. Just really happy to be here driving the 88 car. It's a special place for this car for sure. Obviously, Dale Jr., everywhere he went was extremely popular, but especially coming to Talladega. So my job is just to give the 88 fans something to cheer for, and hopefully they're still cheering for us. So last time here we ran up front, and that's what I plan on doing still.
We'll go to the back to Christian, and then we'll come up front to Jim Letter.
The nose of the Camaro was a problem at Daytona. Has Chevrolet done anything to fix that?
I wouldn't necessarily say it was a problem. I mean, you watched a Camaro win the pole and win the race, so it's just a characteristic. You know, it's every manufacturer's car has different characteristics and different strong suits. So you know, it was obviously really successful at Daytona and winning the race and winning the pole. So we haven't changed anything. The cars still look the same. All the characteristics of the car, body lines are still all the same. So no, nothing's changed.
All right, we'll come up here to Jim Letter.
Jim Utter, Motorsport.com. Alex, can you kind of describe a little bit what the mood has been like at Hendrick? the last few weeks, is there a sense that things are turning a corner, that things are better? Even last week when Chase seemed to be in contention at the end of the race, he kind of paled his expectations a little bit, saying that, you know, I still need to be realistic about where we are as a company. I just wondered what your thoughts were.
You know, we all want to win races and be successful every week. There's been a lot made of how we kind of started the year and how we've been running. I think there's a lot of people talking about it externally. Internally, we've all got our heads down, just focused on getting better. Nobody's upset or getting too excited about anything. You know, we're just trying to consistently get better and make smart decisions with the race team to improve each and every week, which is something that I think we've done. We had the 88 car in particular had a very rough week in Richmond. We did not have a good race, but our teammates ran pretty strong, which was a positive. We had a great test in Michigan this week. We were really fast. So I think you know, we're continuing to make progress each and every week and learn our race cars. Chase Elliott's even going to give me spelling lessons. So we're making progress on all sorts of things.
Well, all right, Alex. Well, thank you for your time today. Good luck Sunday in the Geico 500.
Thanks, guys. Appreciate it.